Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another MLB The Show 26 stream here on Twitch. I'm next GGGen24, and today we're going to be grinding out the Shark Conquest map. So yesterday they dropped this map, but I was too busy trying to wrap up the Rising Stars event program as well as the multiplayer program. And then once I got those done, I wrapped up the Hall of Fame Conquest map and got that out of the way. So overall, yesterday was a great stream, and today it's more of a chill out kind of stream. Just chilling until Friday rolls around, because Friday is going to be the weekend classic where there's an opportunity to get Johan Santana. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying to do that. Whoa, hold on. Okay, so we get a vault pack just for getting 90 territories. Nice. And that might not be all the territories. Yeah, that's not all the territories. Premier pipeline pack. So if I could get, if I could get Franklin Arias or Rainiel Rodriguez, then that would be cool. Ooh, a chase pack. That's nice. I love a chase pack. A lot of rewards here. That's good. That's good. That's what we want. We want some rewards. There's really no other reason to be doing conquests than the rewards. And of course, there are other rewards that are hanging around somewhere on the map. Some people have already revealed it, but I'm not at that point yet. We'll get them, or I don't like to look at those people who do that. I'd rather just wait and see what I find. And if whatever I find, cool, great. Whoops. Getting a little too eager here. There we go, like there. 5 show packs. Just gonna keep collecting territories here. Another 5 show packs right there. Take that one. Then we'll also take this one, so no territory gets left behind. Now we get to play the Rays on veteran. And I didn't even have to steal any fans from them. And of course, I'm still running with my Pipeline Series lineup, because I'm going to try and get these guys as much parallel XP as I can, while also completing the missions to have a chance at Leo DeVray. Well, not a chance. It's guaranteed to be Leo DeVray. So, but it's going to take more than just one conquest map to try and, get that mission done. Although having a leadoff double by Nate George there definitely helps. So I need parallel XP, I need runs, and I need strikeouts. And a stolen base is also going to help. So yeah, today will be the Conquest map. Trying to get this done. And then, as far as tomorrow goes, I really don't have any plans other than do the mini seasons for the Pipeline program. Or not the Pipeline program, the Pipeline series, the mini seasons. So that was really what I was planning for tomorrow, but we'll see. Maybe things can change. All in all, we got to get ready for Friday because that's Weekend Classic. And that's an opportunity for me to go ahead and get Johan Santana. But I'm going to need 4 wins to get him. At least that's what it was the last time that I did the Weekend Classic. I got close. I actually got 3 wins out of that. So that's not bad, you know. 3 wins, 1 away from the pack. Would have been awesome if I could have gotten it. But if I can't get it, like let's say if the 6 games go and you know I don't, or if we go through the 6 games and I don't earn 4 wins, then I'll just buy him. He should be cheaper at that point. Anyway, but that is my hope, is that he's cheaper. Strike 3, sit down. Uh-oh. That's okay. My right fielder is fast. He's got it. And plus he had good reaction to it, so I wasn't worried at all that he wouldn't get to it. So, unfortunately, there are a couple things in baseball yesterday I want to address, and the first one being, unfortunately, New Jersey's run in the Little League World Series has come to an end. They dropped the second. They lost to Ohio in the elimination game yesterday. But you know what? I'm always proud to see New Jersey represented in the Little League World Series. So the fact that they even got there, couldn't be prouder. And the fact that they started out 2-0 and put Pennsylvania in a spot to be eliminated, which they were, all the more impressive. Because usually Pennsylvania is pretty tough to beat when it comes to the Little League World Series. You know, obviously the Little League World Series is in Williamsburg. Not Williamsburg? No. Wow. Williamsport. I think it's Williamsport. I don't even. It's pretty sad that I have to look that up. Yep, Williamsport. So, but I'd rather be right about it after checking than be wrong and look like a complete idiot. Still, that's besides the point. The fact that they were there, you know, always makes me proud living in New Jersey. You know, always growing up watching the Little League World Series, wanting to play it on myself, but knowing I was never good enough to be able to play that. So getting to see any New Jersey teams, although back then the regions were not aligned the way that they are today. Like back then, Pennsylvania used to be in the same region as New Jersey and New York, so it was a lot tougher. What's up, Mets? How are you? Well, since you're here, good timing, because I was just about to talk about I was just about to discuss the strike 3 sit down. No, not the strikeout, but the Mets win yesterday. You know, that, I mean, I know they won on an error, but hey, what is McGill doing? I'm kind of surprised McGill went to his breaking pitch a lot in that at bat against Luis Robert. Like, I think you could have just blown him away with. Yeah, but I was able to see the play, but I didn't see SMY cut out, at least not live. I only saw it on replay. Still, that's kind of inexcusable for SMY to be doing that. But yeah, I saw the play. Lindor making the diving stop probably protected the Brewers from taking the lead and ending it in the bottom of the ninth. So Lindor saved it for the Mets to keep it into or send it to the 10th, and then he scores the winning run. Isn't that funny how baseball works? You get to play hero twice in the same game. Oh, did I forget to take out Gage Wood? Dang. And now I'm about to swipe a bunch of bags with Gillen? No, Nate George? I think it's Nate George here, so yeah, it's Nate George. Still, they got the win, but I really feel like it was more the Brewers just kind of lost it. Should the Mets have won that game? Yeah, they could have won it. I mean, they had the lead. But I really feel like that was a game that the Brewers just dropped. So, just got to take them, I guess. Still, I'm concerned that every game that the Mets win is a less and less chance of them being able to get a top 6 draft pick in next year's draft. That's my biggest concern. I'd rather just see them lose. But I only say that because I don't want them to miss out on a potential franchise-changing player in the draft. I mean, look, Carson Bench was taken late, like middle of the first round in 2024. I mean, would the Mets have taken him if they had a higher draft pick? I don't know, but it's baseball. Some of the top guys may not end up panning out, and some of the later guys may end up panning out. I think even Pete Alonso, wasn't he a late pick for the Mets? Let me see. What the heck? Okay, while I wait on that. Here we go. All right, let's see. He was taken in the second round, so not even a first-round pick, and yet he holds the record for the Mets in terms of home runs in a career. Just goes to show you never know who's going to pan out. You might hit the jackpot in the first round, you might not. It's as much of a guess for the GMs as it is for anyone else. Let's see, Cedric Mullins, so we're bringing in Seth. I mean, at the end of the day, they can only make the pick. It's up to the player to live up to it. You know, the players have to put in the effort themselves. If they just treat it as, oh, I've got my money, you know, I'm just going to play the way I am, and that, yeah, that's what got you there. Strike three, sit down. But now you got to adjust your game to professional baseball. You can't just assume that you're going to walk through and you're just going to destroy every level of baseball that you're at. Got to put in the time and the effort to make your game better. You don't do that, that first round pick was a waste. Strike three, sit out. Some athletes understand that, some do not. All right, so we take the Rays stronghold there. Ooh, took a huge chunk of my fans there. Aye, oh my gosh. All right, I think I'm going to head towards the Pirates now. Let me see how much they got 8, so yeah, I should be fine here. As long as I don't lose too many fans, it doesn't look like I will. So great. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you never know who's going to end up being the next great thing or who's going to be a first round bust. It's like with Brett Beatty. I mean, I'm not ready to label him a bust, but has he lived up to being a first round pick? Not really. At least not the kind of first rounder that I would expect. And yet Pete Alonso played like the guy who was the first rounder. You wouldn't have known it, or no, you would have definitely known it. But did the Mets know that when they took Pete Alonso, in the second round? No. They were hoping that he would be really good for them, but there were no guarantees he was going to be good. Just caught lightning in a bottle. And then you let him walk for literally nothing. And instead you replace him with Jorge Polanco, a guy who's having one of the worst years of his career, probably the worst year of his career. So, not a good trade-off. And unfortunately, it's hard to replace a power like Pete Alonso. That's very hard to replace. You need... yes, you have Soto. Okay, great. You have Soto. But Bo Bichette is not replacing Pete Alonso's power. Neither is Lindor could. If he could have stayed healthy. But Lindor is not backing up Soto or not protecting Soto. Lindor's batting ahead of Soto. The idea is that Soto is going to drive in Lindor. What, were the Mets hoping that Mark Vientos would recapture his 2024 form? Wishful thinking on their part. Or hoping that Francisco Alvarez will become more consistent. Look, I hate to say it, but at this point, I'd rather have Torrens over Alvarez. Alvarez is way too home run or strikeout. I wouldn't mind that if there were more home runs. But there aren't. There are more strikeouts. So it's just not working. And honestly, the Mets don't even have to look far in their farm system to be able to find a replacement. Parada was hitting very well at the AAA level for the Mets earlier this year. Maybe he's cooled off since, but I mean, that guy is back there. If you don't want to start him, you could keep Torrens. Keep him for another year. And then give Parada time to be able, season to be able to develop himself, get used to the major leagues. And if he doesn't pan out, he doesn't pan out. But Alvarez right now is not cutting it. And if it's gonna be soon time to decide whether to bring Alvarez back or to let him walk. And I hate to say it, at this point, if he doesn't get it, if he doesn't improve, I don't see any reason for the Mets to be holding on to him. In fact, I want to look at Francisco Alvarez's stats and see if he's even cracked the 30 home run mark. Because he's had plenty of time up here in the majors to be able to do it. Let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Mets. Nope. Closest he ever came was 2023 when he had 25 home runs. I hate to say it, but it might be time for the Mets to move on from Alvarez. Because only getting above 10 home runs is not enough. Especially if you're a power hitting catcher, you should not be doing that. You should be hitting at least 20. So, I just think maybe you could throw him and Beatty into a trade. Maybe add Vientos. See if you could get some kind of a deal out of that. Send all the baby Mets away. Sorry, Beatty, sorry, Vientos, and sorry, Alvarez. But if you guys are not performing, y'all can't have. Y'all are done. All right, we know third base is going to belong to Bo. The only thing that Beatty has more value over Vientos or Alvarez is the fact he can play multiple positions, so he might be harder to let go. But Alvarez and Vientos, no. So we'll see what happens. Oh, there we go. Beautiful base hit. Extra base hit, actually. That's going to be another run. Excuse me. That was my lunch. Nope, nope, no. Not getting thrown at home trying to score a run that we don't need. Be nice to have it. Don't get me wrong. But do we need it? No. Well, Bomer is going to go ahead and tell me, screw, I don't care if you need it, you're going to get it, +1. All right, so Gage Wood is going to keep pitching until we're in a safe situation. I think the biggest problem for the Mets in terms of their development is they keep getting guys who are good at the AAA level. Like these guys are AAA great batters or great players. Beatty, Alvarez, Vientos, those guys can rake in AAA, but they get up to the majors and it's a whole different story. Stop drafting guys like that. Draft guys who are major league talent. That's what you should be looking for. Not guys who are just going to be good at the AAA and pretty much be depth for you. That's not the point. Or maybe they just need a change of scenery. Maybe New York is not, maybe they're not comfortable in New York. I mean, some guys can handle it, other guys can't. But you go to a different team and maybe you have a different, and maybe you could turn your career around and have a totally new game, or have a great year, and then you force Met fans to be like, why would David Stearns trade away these guys? They could have been so good, or why is this kid streamer or this guy streamer on Twitch suggesting trading these guys away? And then they go and have a career year, and the Mets could have had that, and blah, blah, blah. My response is, how do you know that they would have had the same kind of year with the Mets? Like, let's say if those guys were to go to, I don't know, the Twins or the Rangers. I mean, Nimmo's having a fantastic year with the Rangers right now. He's having a fantastic year. Was there any guarantee he was going to have that kind of a year with the Mets? I'm sorry, but I don't think Nimmo would have. So ended up the change of scenery might have been what Nimmo needed. Is that to say he wasn't comfortable in New York? No. Because if that were the case, he wouldn't have signed that long-term contract with the Mets. He was clearly comfortable in New York, but all of a sudden he goes to Texas, and now he's not an MVP candidate, but he's one of the best players for the Rangers right now. I'm just saying, you never know. Strike 3, sit down. Plus, what he would have moved back. He would have moved back to center field. We would have put him back in center because we have to make room for Juan Soto, and I don't think we're going to put Soto in center. So Nimmo would have just gone back to center, and unless he had a down year, we wouldn't have A.J. Ewing right now. Or maybe A.J. would be more focused on second base. See, you got to look at it that way. Who are the players behind these guys that benefited from their departure? AJ Ewing definitely benefited from Nimmo's departure, as did Benj. Oh, shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. That was a mistake. You know, that's the way I look at it. AJ Ewing is up in the majors. Carson Benj is playing well, and all because they traded away Tyrone Taylor and Brandon Nimmo. If you were to ask me who I'd prefer, Nimmo and Taylor or Ewing and Benj, I'm taking Ewing and Benj. Attaboy Eli Willits. I mean, the Nationals are going to have an interesting... is Eli Willits up at the majors yet? No, probably not. Yeah, exactly. Okay, he's not there yet. He's in their high A. But think of that. What are they going to do with Eli Willits? Or how are they going to work out Eli Willits if they have CJ Abrams right now? What are the Nationals going to do? Could they move Eli Willits to second base, get him some experience there? Sure. You could move him to try him out at third base. Maybe that'll work as well. But maybe the Nationals continue to be the Nationals. They don't want to give big contracts to superstars. And CJ Abrams is, I'll say it right now, he's a superstar. I think he has the potential to be one of the best in the league. But they're going to have to answer the question as to what they do with Eli Willits. I mean, are they going to hope that Willits is going to be patient enough? And if Abrams doesn't agree to a favorable contract for the Nationals, like, do they just move him? And then Eli Willits takes his place? Who knows? I mean, they got rid of Soto. Don't forget, they traded Soto away after he didn't sign that contract with them. And that would have made him the richest ball player at the time. But I would say it worked out for him because now he's the richest player right now. At least in terms of contracts. His contract is worth way more than what Shohei Ohtani's is. All right. Nice little win there. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to reset the game. Or what about Josiah Hartshorn here, right fielder for the Cubs? Isn't Seiya Suzuki in right field for them? What are they going to do about Seiya? Are they going to move him? Are they going to try and get Hartshorn? I mean, they could put him in. You're not going to put him in center with P. Crow over P. Crow Armstrong. That's ridiculous. I guess you could put him in left. I don't know who's in left for the Cubs right now. First base. Let's see how Seiya Suzuki is playing this year. He's got a 4.2 WAR. He's phenomenal. Seiya Suzuki is probably having the best year of his career. Yeah, by far. 2024 was really good for him, but right now he's got a 4.2 WAR. He's got 22 home runs with a month left to go in the season. He could easily hit 30. His batting average is at 271. That's pretty good. OPS plus over above 130. I mean, that's another good example. I mean, can Seiya continue that? I don't know. Is Josiah going to have to potentially be moved somewhere else to fit the Cubs' plans? Maybe. But we'll see what happens. But you get what my point is. You never know how these guys are going to develop. I wish it could be as easy as, oh, I pick you, so you're going to be our best player. No doubts about it. I wish it were that simple, but it's not. It's hit or miss. It's all dependent on who's ahead of the player that you draft. If the player that you drafted puts forth the effort and is willing to change their game, adapt to the game itself. And it also depends on, well, I think that's it. It just depends on who's ahead of them and how they develop. See, I think that's what I like most about sports is just seeing the development of players. Because you never know. You really never know what's going to happen. These guys, you pick them, and they could end up as gems. They could end up as busts. Of course, there could also be other circumstances to that. But that's what I like most about building a team. Drafting the player, developing them, giving them their shot, watching them grow, potentially into superstars. That's what I like. If I were to do a team build, I would focus on trying to develop younger talent. That's how I would build a team. not trying to sign big name guys unless they're homegrown. I'm trying more for the young stars and trying to make something out, make something out of them. Oh, he's out. Oh, he's safe. Wow. I am shocked. I thought for sure he was out, especially since I made the wrong slide. I thought they were going to throw to the batter's left side. Or not the batter's, the fielder's left side. And instead they did it to the right. Facing towards the outfield. Way to go, Ethan Salas. Yes, sir. He miss or foul ball? Foul ball. Okay. But yeah, if I were building a team, I would try to develop young talent. Maybe I'll sign a couple veterans to help them develop their skills. But yeah, it would mostly be a core of young players that I'd be trying to sign or trying to get if I had to build a team. Plus, in baseball, it's perfect because those guys that you try to develop, you get them for at least six years. So you get 6 years to be able to see if these guys are potential major leaguers. Six years is a long time. If not, then all you can do is shrug your shoulders and say, we made an estimated guess, but at least we gave it a shot. Didn't work out. See, it's in my opinion, it's much harder to get out of a bad contract than it is to get out of a bad draft pick. Strike 3, sit out. All right, I can't throw over anymore. I'll keep throwing over, Tatis, until you stop taking that extra lead. Strike 3, sit down. Ooh! Oh, nearly got him. That one was close. It's very close. Strike three, sit down. And that's gone. All right, so Condon came in. We're now 4 runs, so Gage Wood is going to be able to keep going. Assuming he doesn't give up a run. Excuse me. But I think what's also important in terms of, player development, if you're going that route in terms of team building, you have to know when a player has been given enough chances. You can't just stick with them forever and be like, oh, they'll develop, I'm not giving up. They've been given so many chances. They probably should not, and they haven't succeeded, then they probably shouldn't get any more. It's like if you're at work, okay, and you screw up multiple times, do you think you're going to get more opportunities at work? Or do you think that you're going to get less opportunities until you can show that you do your job well? You're probably going to get less. Same thing with baseball. You don't rise above, or you don't succeed at the major league level, probably not going to get too many opportunities if you can't succeed there. Because that's the highest level of baseball in not just in the U.S., possibly even the whole world. Another guy who the Mets should be thinking about shipping off, Mauricio. And I hate to say that because Mauricio has come through for the Mets at least once this year. So he's proven to be able to come up clutch. But the reality is that he's not the way he was a couple of years ago. And unfortunately, that's another factor. Injuries. All right? You can't help those. Those happen. But it's how a player responds to them that really tells you whether they're going to be able to compete at the majors. You got to be at your best. And you have an injury like what Ronnie Mauricio did. I mean, Mauricio is still playing, so at least he's not letting it affect him, but he's certainly not the same player he was for the Mets in, 23, when everyone was singing his praises, saying he should be the starting second baseman, already writing off Jeff McNeil and everything. Strike three, sit down. And that's another good example. Jeff McNeil. 2 batting titles for while he was on the Mets, but couldn't consistently maintain that. Because of that, they were ready to ship him off. Now, I don't agree that Semien was a better replacement, but was it time for the Mets to admit that with McNeil they got the best of him already and that was it? Yeah. And I hate to be that harsh to McNeil. I really do. But it was not working anymore. So they shipped him off. But yeah, as a GM, you have to know when a player, you've gotten the best out of a player and they're not living up to it anymore. So that's the thing about being a team building or a GM. A, yeah, a GM that focuses on young talent. You could end up with a guy like Pete Alonso that could change your franchise, but you could also end up with a Jeff McNeil. Isn't that the beauty of baseball? Well, not just baseball, of sports in general. Because this just doesn't apply to baseball. All sports, you need to have that player that you believe is going to be a star, but you got to develop them. And they either pan out or they don't. But think of it. I also think about it from this other perspective. In terms of contracts, the biggest. I think what was the biggest mistake for the Mets in terms of contracts, and I'm not just talking about Bobby Bonilla. I'm talking about Jason Bay. All right, that was a bad contract that the Mets signed him to. And it was hard to get out of that one. Now, if Jason Bay had just been a prospect for the Mets, could have sent him back down, could have traded him away. But once they gave him that contract, it was hard to get rid of him. All right, so we got the Padres stronghold now. Just going to go ahead and reset my game. Do a little territory collecting. Probably take on the Mets next. Ah, man. Okay, well, we could still collect territories. Oh, wait, is that... No, that's not the Mets. That's the Giants. My bad. I thought that was the... I thought that was... Yeah, the Mets. I thought it was the Mets. Don't worry, Nationals. Your turn is coming. But first, we're going to take the Giants. Of course, after I take a quick break. That is. I mean, should I still be going for the pipeline pack? Or should I just grind for Leo DeVray and not worry about Franklin Arias? Although if Arias has come down in price, as has Rainiel, so they both come down, which is nice to see. I don't know. I'll think about it as I go ahead and take my break. So I will be back in 5 minutes. And when I do, we'll pick up where I left off in the map. Alright, I'm back. Ready to pick up where I left off in the Conquest map. So let's do it. Oh, excuse me. That's actually, well, part of it is my lunch. The other part is this apple that I was munching on. Finally got apples. My dad did. Always good to have apples, you know. They talk about healthy snacks and everything. That's a healthy snack right there. Eating an apple, not only does it give you nutrients, it also makes you feel full after you eat it, so you don't feel like you have to eat a second apple. Think about it. How many times have you asked for a second apple after you had one? Hardly ever. Certainly in my life, I've hardly ever asked for a second apple. So, and that's a green apple too. That's the bigger ones. I like the green apples over the red apples. Red apples can be smaller. If they're the what are the ones that have a bit more crunch to them? They're maple or honey something apples, something like that. Those red apples I'll eat, but the other ones, nah. Give me the green apple, and I'll be satisfied. Uh-oh. Look at that, Jung-Ho Lee coming, nearly hitting a home run right there. I mean, yeah, it was a fastball right down the middle, but still. Strike three, sit down. Strike three, sit down. My only concern is that apple may start to rot a bit. My hope is that it doesn't, because I don't like apples like that, but I'm not going to eat it on stream. Hard to talk when you have a bit of apple in your mouth. Oh, you gotta wear that Arroyo? That's the thing I don't understand. Why are players afraid to get hit by pitches? I get it, they're coming at much higher speeds than what you or I realize. I mean, getting hit by a 100 mile per hour fastball is certainly not an easy one to take. But I mean, if that's the best way that you could get on base and not have to worry about swinging the bat or anything, why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you try to be drawing more hit by pitches? Like, I'd be trying to do whatever I could to get on base. If that meant taking one on the knee or on the shoulder or in the back, like fine, bring it on. Sure, it'll hurt. But if I could score that run, all the better. That'll make the pain worth it. But I feel like we put too much more of an emphasis on getting hits and trying to hit the big home run as opposed to fundamentals, you know. Why do we want to get hits? Because we want to get on base. But there are other ways to get on base. Draw a walk, get a hit by pitch. You know, you could even strike out and get on base. Okay, no problem. At this point, I'm kind of rambling, having pretty much a conversation with just myself. Straight jacket, please. But sometimes that's what you gotta do as a streamer. You know, you don't have to be constantly talking. No. But you can't just sit here and be like, oh, I'll just sit here and not say a word and I'll draw viewers. Like, no, you have to be interesting. You have to talk about something. You know, even if it makes you look a little crazy. Thing I found is as an announcer, yeah, you kind of have to be a little crazy. I mean, after all, you're the one that's talking during a baseball game or any kind of sporting event, and you're trying to describe the play when people who are watching it on TV can already see what happened. Oh, run up the middle for 2 yards. Okay? But I saw but I saw that happen. Why do I need you to tell me that happened? I saw it with my own eyes. Oh, believe me, I could have full-blown conversations with myself. I'm not worried in the bit because I know I've already gone insane. So it's already too late for me. But save yourself! There's still hope. Strike 3, sit down. Especially when you're starting out as a streamer, you know, you're not going to draw a lot of people into your streams, so you got to be able to talk a little bit. Show people, hey, what kind of a personality you got. My personality is insanity. Oh, geez, that's scary as hell. What happened? Why did you see headlights coming towards you? Strike 3, sit down. Eli Willits with the home run. Oh my God. Yeah, I would be scared, excuse my language, but I would be scared shitless if I saw that. I think I would have to pull off to the side of the road and take like 10 minutes to catch my breath, calm down. I mean, I was an absolute wreck after my first crash, my first auto crash, or auto wreck, whatever you want to call it. Well, that's scary. But then again, I had a bit of a road rage this afternoon. I will say that I was hungry. Okay, I was trying to go get lunch, and you know there are plenty of people where I cursed at them, said some nice and not so nice things about them. Again, maybe I was hangry, but I definitely had road rage. So I figured that was more normal life than having someone drive the wrong way on the shoulder. At least in New Jersey. Maybe in my part of New Jersey, they're that's what you see more of than people driving the wrong way on the shoulder. Yeah, I wasn't even up at 5 a.m. this morning. 7:45. It's when my alarm goes off. I'm assuming that some kind of state trooper or something eventually pulled them over, or did you just keep on driving and never look back? Strike three, sit down. Okay. Yeah, I don't. You know what? I don't blame you for continuing on. Wait, 2 hours in. So if you're working a 12-hour shift, and if you were 2 hours in at 5 a.m., that means you started your shift at 3 a.m. So you should have been done at 3 p.m., right? It's now four. It's now a. It's a quarter past 4. Is this one of those days that it's longer than 12 hours? Oh, I see. Okay. Well, when you said 2 hours into work, I thought that meant that you had already started your shift, so I was a little confused by that. Okay. I mean, hey, my math could always be wrong. I always used to thought, or I always used to think that I had a calculator for a brain, so I could easily do math in my head. Oh, did the Braves just take a territory from me? Oh, those bastards. Yeah, I'll get them later. Oops. That might be a good time. Hmm. Love me a good apple. Ooh. Nice, George. It's like maybe my sleeves are down a little bit. Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Okay, then I misunderstood. So I misinterpreted what you said. I thought you said you were already 2 hours into work at 5:30. No, you were saying you were 2 hours into work by the time that I even got up. Okay, thank you for the clarification. I'm sorry I misinterpreted that. Oh, no, 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 no! Oh my gosh, she's lucky. 4:30, leave the house by 5. Oh, I always give myself an hour. But since these blood clots have formed, now I've been giving myself an extra 15 minutes because it takes a little while to put the compression sleeves on um, after after a shower and everything. So the extra 15 minutes serves as giving me enough time to be able to get them on, get my socks on, shoes on, and then be ready to take on whatever the day's got ahead of me, like a physical therapy session. So, but I always give myself an hour. Always an hour. But hey, I respect that you could get your morning routine done in half an hour. Maybe you cut things out. Like maybe you just take your shower at night so you don't have to do it in the morning. What a home run there by Ethan Holiday. I always save for the shower in the morning. I feel like it's a great way to be able to wake up. You get the water on your face, nice hot shower or cold shower, if you like biohazarding, or not biohazarding, whatever they call it. Take breakfast on the go. See, I don't do that. Nope. I like probably the easiest thing for me to make is toast. That's all I do. I otherwise I'm sitting down at the table and I'm enjoying my breakfast. I'm not rushing through it, or I don't want to rush through it. But as long as we take showers, right? Did you ever see those celebrities who admitted that they don't shower their kids every day? Like sometimes they'll only give them like 3 showers a week. I look at that and I say that is disgusting. Three showers a week? Oh my God, I can't imagine the kind of bacteria, strike three, sit down, or whatever dirt or filth is on them, and it's on them for days before they finally get a shower. Like, get a shower, please. Well, if they're away, then I understand. Maybe showers are not as not not at. I mean, at a camp, showers. There's only going to be a number of showers that are available, and you got to go do all those activities. Maybe you don't have to do it every day, but you got to do it more than 3 times a week. Like for me, I think the comfortable margin would be 5 times a week. But I'm also the person that is going to shower every day. Oh, day camp. Oh, okay, then never mind. I thought it was a sleepaway camp. I'm sorry, I just hold the opinion that there need to be. You don't have to do. I don't think you have to do it every day. I do, but I'm not going to force people to do it every day. But please, for God's sakes, do it. Do it 4 or 5 times a week. I mean, what if you're an athlete and you don't shower every day? I'm sorry, all that sweat and everything that gets on your body. Ugh. No, they would never last at sleepaway camp. Why not? What's up, Ray? How are you? Dog days of summer when teams can't hit. I remember I actually punched a kid. Punched. Well, yeah, it was a kid, but it was a kid serving an older kid who was serving as a camp counselor, um, and I was probably 7 or 8. Yeah, something like that. 7 or 8 years old, and I punched this counselor right in the eye, made him cry. Ooh, I nearly got sent. I nearly got banned from summer day camp after that. Luckily, I was able to go back, but yeah, that was not a good situation. But still, I enjoyed day camp, especially the one day where we all got to go to a Jackals game. Oh, that was my favorite thing to look out for, or look forward to that summer. Go to a Jackals game. A lot of fun. Got our head. Ray scored 3 runs on 8 hits, scored 2. Ray's had it, I guess. I mean, 8 hits is a lot, so you're pitching. It sounds like the Tigers' pitching really struggled because you can't be allowing that many hits. And honestly, I think they got away with 3 hits. Oh, you just got home from being at that game? Brutal. If it makes you feel any better, I was at several games where the Mets got absolutely destroyed offensively. Both were against the Braves. One I actually left early because I knew that they were not going to win. This was 2023. I think that was the one where I think that was the one where the Braves put up 25 against the Mets. It was brutal. And then the other one was where the Braves turned their season around in 2021. Um, that game where the Mets threw out Jared Eichhoff, and that was the only time he ever pitched for the Mets. So, yeah, those two games were not fun. Those two were not fun to go to. We were just hitting right to guys. Pitching didn't really struggle. They were just hitting. Yeah, but I mean, could also not give them pitches to hit. Three and five in person. I haven't even been to a game this year, and I'm not going to a game this year. I have no interest. Obviously, my blood clots don't make it easy for me, but I'm not interested. Not with the current state of the team. All right, well, hopefully you enjoy that game. Hopefully it's better than the ones the Tigers just played against the Rays. Strike three, sit down. And here's the other thing, too. The Rays are competing for the division in the AL East, so of course they're going to be on top of their game. They're pitching, they're batting. They got to do what they can to remain competitive for the division. Uh-oh. Strike three, sit down. Thank you, Hernandez. I wish he would have finished that inning off, but couldn't. Oh, nice. Home run derby pack. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding. I get that it was 6 million fans, but come on. All right, if I gotta play on veteran against the Dodgers, so be it. It's not gonna kill me. I mean, it may. We'll see. the blood clots couldn't get it done, maybe the Dodgers will. Excuse me. You know, Bray, I don't think you ever addressed SB Champ's question about Skubal pitching against the Tigers Friday night. Always interesting to see what happens when a pitcher who gets dealt at the trade deadline faces his former team. And that's why I like having speed guys. And this is also another good reason right here. Sack fly, let's go. Ooh, they just announced the Cornerstone program Friday, and it's Michael Young. So maybe Gamer will be very happy. Maybe the Gamer will be very happy when that card is out. Oof. Oh wait, I didn't reset the. Oh shoot, I didn't reset the game after I did the Nationals game. All right, well, not a big deal. I think there's like a 1 or 2 game buffer because it seems to be okay even after I play a second game. But before I take on the Rays, I need to make sure that I reset the game. Not like reset there. I mean, just go to a program, skim through it, back out, return to the main menu, and everything should be back to normal. Safe. Woo! That was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. That could have landed for a base hit. We would have gotten one more run. Jeez, look at Wood's shoulders. Holy cow. With those kind of shoulders, Wood could be carrying wood. Heck, maybe he could be carrying logs. Jeez, those are some big shoulders. Strike 3, sit down.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Oh, that was Otani that Wood struck out. Wow. Strike 3, sit down.
Ball 1.
All right. Now, is Wood going to go another inning? Or do we get another run in here? Or, I'm sorry, do we have to bring in one of the pipeline pitchers? Guess we'll find out. And Wood is going to be playing or he's going to be pitching another inning. All right. T.O. Gillen with the home run. Never know how it's going to go on veterans. Sometimes these guys will sometimes you'll score a lot of runs. Other times you may score one. And that's all that you get.
Ball 1. Yep, that ball went out. That's outside.
Yeah. He didn't even bother. He knew. Mookie knew. There was no shot for him to get the runner at home. Well, I guess Bray's not here anymore. That's too bad.
That's ball 2.
Never got a response. Ooh, got too early on that one. But I should, even if the timing was better, I don't think it would have made much of a difference. I think it still would have been an out.
Ball 1.
Ethan Holiday with the home run. So why not add on another one? It's good parallel XP too for the Pipeline series, a home run plus the RBI. And Arroyo's going to have a double here. Pile it on. If I'm not going for the save here, I might as well get as many runs as I can and as much parallel XP as I can.
That's a ball.
Strike 3, sit down. Just straight fastballs from Wood there. That's all he's throwing at this point. He's just... Oh, there we go. We finally got something different. Slider. Strike 3, sit down. 50 strikeouts for Wood. Unbelievable.
That's out.
And no one said I had to use him, but I just use him. It's whatever for me. Just get me my parallel XP. I don't care what team you play for. And I actually looked at my progress for the All-Star series, and I realized that I had over 91,000 parallel XP for the All-Star series. So, I'm not too far away from that mission either. If I ever get around to doing an All-Star series lineup. That, or maybe I just do offline the mini seasons. Just get the parallel XP. I don't need that many runs with them. I don't know where I'm at with the pipeline series, so I might have been over 30K. Although now it's probably closer to 40K. Yikes.
Outside, that's a ball.
But all in due time. No need to rush it. T.O. Gillen, the extra base hit there, RBI double.
Ball, that's out.
25th stolen base. Wow. Well, that just goes to show you how valuable Nate George is to me. That I'm willing to swipe so many bags with him. Nope, that's going to get caught. But hey, we scored 9 runs against the Dodgers. Not that that matters, but just scoring 9 runs helps towards the mission for Leo DeVray. Strike 3, sit down. Ooh, excuse me.
Ball.
Hold on, I'm gonna put my phone on silent for now, so that it doesn't keep dinging while I'm trying to stream. It's my sister's going back and forth in the family group chat. Oh, Wood. You can't give up a home run to Teoscar. What's up, Bubbles? How are ya?
Ball one.
Well, so much for it being a shutout. Not too bad. Just grinding out the Shark Conquest map. It's going good so far, actually. I'm about to take the Dodgers stronghold, then I'll take the Rays, and hopefully I'll have time for the Braves and Marlins, and I can finish up the map. Strike 3, sit down. Although I'm just about to take my break here. Got a few minutes. Woo! Live Series 88 overall. Oh wait, hold on. I said I would reset. I would reset the game or the mode. Doing that. It is. That's why I didn't waste any time trying to steal fans from the strongholds. Yes, I could have played on rookie for something like, oh, I'm sorry, that's not the Rays, that's the Mariners. The Rays were over here. I already took their stronghold. Whoops, my bad. I misspoke. But there are so many rewards on here. Oh, shoot. I didn't realize my mistake. Well, now I did. But dang, I almost realized it too late. Well, I like the warm weather. I mean, yeah, it gets hot, but actually temperatures are cooling down now because we're getting closer to the fall time. So temperatures are actually a lot cooler, a lot sooner than they have in the past. Usually, we start to see cooler temperatures by October, but I mean, was it today? Let me see. It's only 81 degrees and it's going to be a low of 66. Well, temperatures are going to be in the 70s for the lows. So we're still going to see some warm weather. But I like this weather better. All right. Before I continue on with the map there, I'm going to go ahead and take my break. So, but I'd rather have that weather, you know, a lot more common than winter weather. Winters get pretty cold here. So, but just hold that thought for 5 minutes because I'm going to take my break now. I'll be back and I'll finish up this map. All right, I'm back, and I'm ready to finish up this Conquest map. So we got the Mariners now. So we'll go ahead and play them on Veteran. And then just a territory that's got 1 million fans on it with Dodgers. Dang, Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh are both supercharged. Gonna have my work cut out for me. Let's go! Can't rob that one. Nate George kicking it off with a home run. Love it. Here you got pitchers warming up. Holy mackerel. George Kirby only threw like 5 pitches. Let's go. Another home run, this time by Ethan Holiday. Oh, dang it. That's okay. 2 runs? Pretty good start. Maybe those are the 2 runs that we need if Randy Arozarena and Cal Raleigh end up hitting a home run themselves. You know, at least that puts the game at tied, assuming no base runners are on. And there we go, just as I say that. I must have a crystal ball here somewhere.
Ball, that's outside. All right. Ball up.
Strike 3, sit down.
Strike 2. Ball.
Just don't get on base. Don't get on base. Everything should be fine. Strike 3, sit down. All right, Cal Raleigh, whose supercharge has not run out yet. Okay, not a home run, so that's good. But definitely still terrified.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
Might be in some trouble here. Strike 3, sit down. All right, he got out of it. We need to put up some offense, more than just the 2 home runs. Even if I didn't swing, that was probably going to be a strike anyway, because it barely clipped the strike zone. There we go. Yes, a 2-run homer definitely works. Plus another home run from T.O. Gillen. I'll take that. Now I'm not as afraid to take on a Rosarena and Raleigh.
That missed. That's the ball.
There we go. Do I like reading books? Not really. I was never really a bookworm. The last book that I read was actually David Wright's autobiography. That was the last one I read. I guess, like sports biographies, yeah, I like reading those. Because a lot of them are of athletes that I grew up watching, idolizing, and basically playing for my favorite teams. So I was always, I look at it more not as getting insight into a person's life, but rather getting insight into my favorite team and the clubhouse. Strike 3, sit out. Wright's autobiography is fantastic read, by the way.
Ball.
But that is just my opinion, and I'm biased as a Mets fan. Strike 3, sit down. I even had him autograph that book for me. So you don't read nonfiction? Feels like homework.
That's the ball.
I understand that. I I do like fiction books. The last one that I can tell you I definitely read of that, for whom, Go Set a Watchman, which was the sequel To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. But I don't think I quite understood it. Maybe if I can find it again, or if I can find it again, maybe I can reread it and maybe with a little more understanding, really understand the book. Because it just seemed kind of like a little confusing to me. I will tell you my favorite fiction book, my favorite book of all time that I read, 13 Reasons Why. I've read that book multiple times in my life. I've actually lost count, but it's my favorite book. Such a great read, too. Definitely not like the Netflix series itself. Like, obviously, they took a lot from the book and made it into the series, but, after the book ended, then Netflix kind of took creative control from there. Oh, man. Double play. Attaboy, T.O. A classic? What book is that? Or what story is that?
No, that missed. That's the ball.
George. Ah, Pride and Prejudice. Yes. I know of the book, but I never read it. Yeah, that one is a long one, from what I understand. You know, yeah, exactly. So I reiterate, it's a long one. But that's why the internet is here. It can help you understand all the parts of the story that you're not understanding. Oh, actually, wait a minute. No. I wanted to bring in Churio since we weren't getting a shutout with Wood anyway. Might as well bring in another pitcher. Strike three, sit out. Maybe I should have just thrown in Churio because he just struck out a Rosarena there.
Strike two.
Strike three, sit out. I guess I'm more interested in like American literature. I don't know if I've ever read like European stories. Trying to think. Um, the Devil's Arithmetic, Counting Stars, maybe. Those two stories that I'm mentioning, we're talking about the persecution that Jews faced in Nazi Germany. No, never could get into Harry Potter. All right, so we're definitely taking on the Braves first. And then I'll go for the Marlins. Oh, wait. Before I go any further, reset the game. Ooh, got a chance at Adrian Beltre, 99 Adrian. I wish that were Leo DeVray, but then what would be the point of me grinding out his legacy program? I mean, don't get me wrong, I read Shakespeare, but those were more once I got into high school. And those are more plays than, you know, like books. So I don't know if that necessarily counts. I don't think it does. Safe. Oh, he's out. Out by like half a step. I don't think Flowers for Algernon were was a European or yeah, from a European writer. I think that was an American author. Mm. Bomer, all you had to do was just get it past the infield. No.
What do you got?
Thank you. Thank you. And we do that. Yeah, no, they're. I can't really think of any European books that I've read. It's really been mainly American literature for me. But I guess it's easier to do American literature um, rather than European. At least here, I guess. I'm not that I'm trying to make assumptions, but I guess it's easier because, well, at this point, a lot of people have read the novels that are being taught, and now with the internet, now there's a more of an understanding of the symbolism and the themes and everything, the motifs that are in this story. So I think it's just easier for the American education system to focus more on American literature than European because we have more of an understanding based on history that we have, or we have a better understanding of our history. Whereas English literature, I'm not really sure if I would be able to understand some of the symbols or the motifs or the themes in those books. Just started reading again after a few years break. All right, well, it's always good to read. It's always good. It increases our knowledge. Reading always makes us smarter.
That's a ball.
I just wish I would have really understood that when I was a kid, because I probably would have read more. But I was more interested in playing video games than I was of actually reading. Who knows? Maybe I would have done better in school. Maybe I could have gone to a better college. Maybe I could have had a better or a more um, what's the word I'm looking for? Because I don't want to say anything bad about my profession, but I mean, I don't think it takes a lot of, or I think there are other professions that require a little more brain power to do than what my profession is. But I do think there are smart individuals in my profession. After all, we have to be able to write stories and tell people what's going on. But I mean, trying to be a doctor or a lawyer or even an economic or an economist takes a lot more brain power than it does to be a journalist. So strike three, sit down. You know, I once tried to read an Agatha Christie novel when I was younger, and I really didn't understand it. It was the one where all the people gather and they're accused of having committed like some kind of bad acts or crimes in their past. Strike three, sit down. And I didn't understand it because it mainly because I didn't really finish it. You know, who was the person that set up all those individuals?
Ball, that's low.
And of course, now I know,
Ball, that's in.
but if I really read the book, I would have known once I was done with the book. But that was back when I was in 7th grade. Strike three, sit down. I'll never forget one of my, actually that year I had one of my favorite book reports that I ever did. It was, you like Sherlock Holmes better? I think I did try to read one of the novels about Sherlock Holmes' adventures, but I couldn't even get past the intro of the first of the character. I've even forgotten it. Not Sherlock Holmes. I mean the one that's coming to Holmes in order to like try to solve this mystery or solve this problem that they have. I can tell you that I did not read any part of the Twilight series, so the based on what I know, or the Hunger Games, never read any of those novels. It was more based on what I saw in the movies. So I don't even know how good the Hunger Games or the Twilight series was in the novels. They usually say the books are way better than the movies.
Ball two. Ball three.
I will say that the one I read, The Great Gatsby, obviously, and I saw the film on that. And I agree with the sentiment there that the book was better than the movie, even though I thought the movie was great. I thought the book was much better because obviously the movie took out details or information that was in the book that they couldn't include in an hour and a half. You know, they had time constraints, so
Got him.
I get that sentiment. Turned out a lot of the stuff was in the deleted scenes. Like in the Great Gatsby, they have Gatsby's father come show up later in the novel. I'm not going to reveal what happens other than that. And um, and they didn't even include that in the movie, but they had it. They had it as a deleted scene. They also had the relationship between strike three, sit down, between Daisy, or not Daisy, Daisy's friend and the narrator. Oh gosh, I'm even blanking on the character's name. It's been so long since I've seen the movie or even read the book. Strike three, sit down. Yeah, but they're super long, aren't they? They're like really, really long. Strike three, sit down. Well, not as high scoring as it was against the Dodgers or the Mariners, but still, we got the win against the Braves. My only concern is I need to take care of these territories here before I can even attack the Marlins, because those territories are going to attack again for the stronghold, and I don't want to give them that opportunity. Oh, so I did get the rare round in this before when I had to choose between Yamamoto or Cease. Dang. All right, YouTube Bubbles, enjoy that book that you're reading. Pride and Prejudice is definitely a classic, that's for sure. Of course. If you ever have questions, make sure you go online. You can go online and they can explain some of the stuff to you. That's the beauty of the internet. Ooh, I'm going to be able to play on rookie for this one. Oh, for the Premier Pack or the Ultra Pack? Why, is there a new card series? I don't see anything about a new card series. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I understand that. I just figure it doesn't matter. Well, I'm definitely saving the mini season XP. I'm not in any rush for that. Only reason I'm even playing the mini seasons right now is to get the parallel XP with the Pipeline series. Oh, nice. So you had to buy Was the other boss cheap? Did you have to buy them? Eli Willett sneaking that one over the wall for a home run. I was thinking about getting Singleton since I have Pedroia. I could afford him if I wanted to. Ooh, over 70K. Ooh. That's a lot to be spending on Singleton. But then again, I do need a signature player to get the voucher for that. I need another one, and Singleton is probably the cheapest one I could get right now. That, or I think one of the signature players is in the Weekend Classic, so I could just wait on that, wait for the price to go down, and then buy that card, right? Or am I thinking wrong here? Strike 3, sit down.
Ball, that's it. Nope, that's inside.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I definitely expect Gage Wood to be super fractured. I mean, it's kind of a slow pace because it's a lot of conquest, so he doesn't get a lot of innings unless I score a lot of runs. But he does get a lot of wins, so... But I suspect that he'll be the first Pipeline Series pitcher that I super fractor. What's up, Poopin? I'm doing all right. How are you? Oh my gosh. Thank goodness. Woo! No, I know. Sorry for being... Okay, no problem. How you liking it so far? I saw Chris move. All right. Posted a video about it. I was going to look at it, but then I realized that would have influenced me to buy 2K27, and I don't want to be influenced into buying that game this year. Very interesting. Okay. Strike 3, sit down. I still have 2K26 loaded up on my thing, on my console, and I'm actually thinking about deleting it because I really don't care at this point. I haven't even touched NBA 2K in a while. The meter is really hard to time in green. See, that's what ruined, well, what year was it? I think it was it? Yeah, it was 2K25. That's what, it ruined that timing, the shot meter, and how hard it was to time your shot. I was like, no, I don't even want to play this game. Might be one of the worst NBA 2Ks I've ever played. I don't blame you. Ever since they tried to make career mode more into my park and everything, I'm like, no. I like the old 2Ks where the career mode was not based on the park. You actually did a career mode, and you worried about sponsorships and everything like that. So basically, 2K17 and beforehand. I even have 2K17 here. Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's right here. See? That was the career mode with Michael B. Jordan. He played Justice Young, and you formed the duo known as Orange Juice. So that was a lot of fun. Plus, in that career mode, if you put it on rookie, you could get a triple-double with steals if you were a point guard. And that's what I did. I basically just put it on rookie, put it on, it just made a bunch of steals, and I got into the NBA Hall of Fame just after the first season. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. Thank you. But then after that, 2K18 and on really disappointed me. The only game that was good in my mind that I actually enjoyed was 2K23. That's where you had what's his name? You got drafted and you were booed because people wanted the other guy, your rival, and your rival was an arrogant, cocky son of a gun, and you just had to prove that you were the better player. So I like that, but the story, as soon as the story ended, there was no reason for me to continue with the NBA career. So it was like, how do you want me, how do you want me to continue playing this game if you end the story? I will say that 2K24 was the last my career where I actually made it to the NBA Hall of Fame. 2K25, I already said that's the one that I hated the most. And 2K26, I haven't even touched. I've won an NBA championship, but I haven't done anything since. And that was always my problem in some of the 2K games, especially the ones post 2K17, where it was like, okay, I've won the NBA title, I'm done with the game. Like, once I did that, there was no reason for me to continue. So I never even made it to the NBA Hall of Fame in those games. But once I got that title, that was it. But back then, they made you play every single game. They didn't allow you to sim. Well, you could sim, but your stats probably wouldn't be good, and there was always the chance you would lose, especially early on. You didn't want that to happen. Strike three, sit down. So, yeah, I just, for me, story is great, but I need it to continue. But I'm not buying 2K27 this year. I have no interest. I'd rather just get it when it comes out for free. Did you guys see that MLB The Show is going to be free on PlayStation Plus? or if you have the PlayStation Plus membership, you could get MLB The Show 26 for free starting next month. Crazy. Well, no, actually, they've done that before where they've had previous MLB games given for free if you had the membership. They've done that in the past, and I think they've done it as early as September. Because at that point, everyone's just getting ready for the playoffs. That's gone. Let's go. Keep tallying those runs. Nope, foul ball.
No, that's a foul ball.
At this point, the only games I buy every year are MLB, Madden, and college football. That's it. I mean, that's a lot. That's almost $300 a year. No, well, let's see. 75. Actually, it would be just probably under $230 a year. But if you also add the membership in there for me to be able to play online, which is quite expensive, because I get the bigger or the expensive membership, I really should put it down because I don't need the access to all the games and everything. I don't even play them. Let's go. Which one was that? Eli Willits? Nice. Oh wow, he hit the podium. Wow. Or not the podium. Oh, I forget what they call them. Oh well. Either way, he hit it. Now we got 12 runs, so this more than makes up for the Atlanta game. I'll have to see where I'm at with the Leo DeVray program. See where I'm at with the runs. Parallel XP, I'll be lucky if I'm over 4K at this point, or 40K. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to collect all the territories on the map, so I'll just do that off stream. But at least I was able to get the strongholds.
No, he's safe. Aye. Nope, ball one.
Ooh, so close. Dang it. Strike 3, sit down. Excuse me. The cough will linger for a while. Oh, man. Good steal. Lucky steal, actually. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Strike 3, sit down. Too bad the bats weren't lucky. Other than the one hit. Or 2 hits, actually. I gave up 2. Look at that. Eli Willits and Ethan Salas both had 2 home runs. Hartshorn had a home run. So there we go. All the enemy strongholds are captured. And I don't think I have time for the other stuff. Oh wow, I'm over 53K. I'm still a ways away on the strikeouts and everything. Still need 101 runs. It's going to take a while. Let's go ahead and open up some of the packs that I got. Like, we could do the chase pack. Maybe I can get that Adrian Beltre. We can open the vault pack too. Maybe I can get one of the cards here. Maybe get Al Leiter. That'd be nice. Also got the Home Run Derby pack. Got the All-Star Midsummer Classic pack. So, yeah, that's how we'll end stream. We'll start with this. Glass now. All right. This isn't a red diamond. I know it's not Beltre. It's not. And that's the luck of these chase packs sometimes. 3, 7, 2, 7. All right. We'll try the vault pack next. Boo. Come on. Oh, well, actually, the James Wood is actually a solid pickup. Because that I can sell. 13,299. And then we'll see Home Run Derby pack. Base round. So it's either Murakami or Harper. I guess we'll go with Harper. Midsummer Classic. Oh, I got both of these guys already. Let's see, who sells for more? Neither one of these guys. That's disappointing. Oh, man. Oh, I'm tempted, but I'm not going to do it. I don't know why I won't do it. Because it's not like I'm looking for pipeline. You know, I'm not in a rush for that. Really? That's it? 60K, that's it. That's all I need to get the home run derby thing done. Why? Why is it so cheap? I thought it'd be a heck of a lot more expensive. Well, then I'll just put in buy orders on these guys. 24276. Contreras. 17301. Might be the cheapest voucher that I get for Beltron. And then I'll just buy Murakami. You know what? because I don't need all of them. I only need 2 more. That's why. Well, then I'll cancel my buy order. Someone already gave me Jordan Walker, so that's done. Someone bought James Wood from me. So now it's just a matter of who do I get first, Schwarber or Contreras? Well, maybe I saved that. Oh, there we go. Someone already just made the decision for me. So thank you. Thank you very much. That's another voucher towards Beltron. Like I said, probably the cheapest one. Unless I can get Leo DeVray or Franklin Arias or Rainiel Rodriguez. But that can wait. That can wait till another time. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Even if it was only for a moment, I greatly appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to follow me here on Twitch and or subscribe. Either one would make me a happy person. If you're watching this on YouTube, I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know when I go live, you can follow me on X at TTV NextJGChen24. It's my gamer tag that's over on the left side of your screen there. So go give me a follow. I'll usually post whenever I go live. You can also turn on notifications here on Twitch. That way Twitch sends you an email every time I start a stream. So overall, got the strongholds done, which was nice. Getting that part of the map done. Obviously, I need to collect the rest of the territories, which I will do off stream. As far as tomorrow goes, like I said, I really had no plans for anything else. I mean, the only Conquest map that I haven't done is the 2026 All-Star one, and honestly, I'm not even sure if I want to do that, because I just get deluxe packs, a premier pack, great, a deluxe choice pack, and a deluxe 2026 All-Star pack, so not really sure I want to do that. I know we have the mini seasons, the pipeline mini seasons. Oh, okay. The game is just gonna go ahead and freeze up on me. Oh, good thing it freezes up on me now, rather than later. So I will think about it tonight. We'll either do the Conquest map or we'll do the mini seasons, try to get the parallel XP with the pipeline guys, the runs, the strikeouts and everything. And once we do that, then we'll get Leo DeVray and we should be all good. So I hope to see you all tomorrow, Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And until then, guys, have a good night.